All right, here is some practice problems that are in the Canvas notes for this unit, and this is called pedigrees. So the males are going to be square boxes and the females are round boxes. If they're shaded, it means that they're affected by an autosomal recessive disorder of some sort. We don't know in this one what it is, we just know it's autosomal. So autosomal just means that it's chromosomes 1 through 22, the non-sex chromosomes. Recessive, meaning that the only way they could have it is if they had 2 of the recessive alleles for that. So we know that this individual, this father, has the recessive disorder. So let's just use, you can really use any one. We'll just say it's a little r, because they need both because it's recessive. We know that this mom has not got the trait because she's not shaded, so we know that she's at least a big R. We don't know that second allele at this time, so we're going to put a question mark. We can look at these 3 kids, 6, 7, and 8 are their kids. So this son, he gets a big R from mom, and he most likely then got a little r from dad because dad only has little r's. This is unaffected, so we know that that kid has the dominant trait and got the recessive from dad. Same thing with this daughter, and so forth. So does these kids help us figure out moms? Well, not really, because mom gave that. So mom could be homozygous or mom could be heterozygous. So hence we leave the question mark there. If we look at these set of parents here is dad. So we know that dad is at least that. We know mom is this. Their kids are 9, 10, and 12. Not 11, 9, 10, and 12. If we look at this particular son, we know that that kid is this. Well, he got one of these alleles from mom. Where did he get the other allele for? He got it from dad. So we know that dad now is a little r. We know that dad must have given the big R here. Mom only has the little r's. We know that this daughter has, dad gave the big R or the dominant trait. Mom only has the recessive traits. So they end up with 2 heterozygous kids, 1 homozygous affected in that case. So that's how you do the autosomal recessive. If we look at something like autosomal dominant, same kind of philosophy that we have here of how we're problem solving these out, except we're dealing with dominant, again, non-sexed chromosomes. So this is a dominant, so they only need 1 allele to be affected. So let's just use a big R again, just for the sake of consistency. We know that this one is big R, but are they homozygous or heterozygous? We have to look at the kids. Look at this son. This son doesn't have a dominant trait, or he would be affected. So this son must be this combination. Where did these 2 come from? 1 must have come from dad, and 1 must have come from mom in that case. So these parents are heterozygous dominant. Here is this daughter. She becomes dominant. She must have got both dads and moms. Well, we don't know. So she at least got that. Who gave it to her? We don't know. So this second one is unknown because we don't know if she's homozygous, big R, or heterozygous, big R, little r. So we'll leave that as a question mark. Here is another son. We know that he's at least that. Who he got it from? We don't know. Where did he get the second one from? We don't know. Could be homozygous or heterozygous. And so we set that up that way. So it's okay to leave those question marks because they could be this or they could be that. Now when we look at X-linked, let's look at the X-linked recessive. Now the gender really comes into play because we're dealing with X-linked. We're dealing with either their XX chromosome or their XY. So this is the dad, and if you remember that dads have Y chromosomes. Boys have Y chromosomes, girls would have 2 X's. So in this case, this is recessive, so, or this one is recessive, they are affected. So let's use A's this time. Let's use that they are recessive, so they must have 2 little a's. Dad is definitely dominant in this case, because if he had a recessive A, or a little a, recessive A, then he'd be affected. Again, this is only affecting the X chromosome. There are Y chromosome linked things, but we're talking about X chromosomed here. So if we look at these kids, this is a daughter, this is a son, this is a daughter, this is a son. So dad, this is where it gets interesting. So dad can only give a Y to his son. So the dad must have given this one. So this X1 must have had to have come from this biological mom. Well, which one doesn't really matter because he only needs one of them, and so he becomes affected. So mom, by virtue of her being recessive, passes that on to her son. Dad must have given a big A, let's say here, because if dad gave a Y, this would not be a girl, this would be a boy. And in this case, this other X that is here is which? What's this one? Well, could it be this or could it be that? We would have to figure that out, but most likely, if we look at this, if dad gave this, what does she have? Or excuse me, what do they have? They only have little recessive ones, so it has to be that. So it can't be it can't be homozygous. Dad gives the Y, mom gives a little, that son becomes affected. So this mom has affected both of her sons. Here is this daughter. Dad must have given the big A because mom only has little a's. Therefore, this child here has a little a because that's all mom had to give. If we looked at X-linked dominance, again, the situation here, this is XX, this is XY, dominant. So the Y in this case must be little, or the X must be little. This one is dominant, so it has to have at least that. We don't know is this second one, so we'll put a question mark. But if we look at their kids, this is one of their kids, this is one of their kids, okay? This is a kid, this is a kid, this is a kid. So this becomes an XX, this is an XX, XX, so these are only girls. Oh, here's their boy, I forgot that. There's their boy. So if I look here, dad gave the Y to this son. Mom has a dominant because she's affected, but this boy is not affected. So what's that X chromosome? This must be, in this case, this chromosome right there was given to this son, which would make him not have the trait because it's a dominant trait and he has a recessive one. So you go through and you would continue to work with the rest of these that are there. So anyway, hopefully that's a little tutorial of how to do the assignment and do these Punnett squares, and you can practice these all you want, and hopefully you'll master them fairly quickly.